Coach Spoelstra question out of the way. Coach Jones is calling it Championship Wednesday. Pretty neat having a guy like that here to come and spend some time with you guys today.
Oh yeah, it's definitely an honor, and I feel a blessing just to get to hear from somebody who's won it all.
Are you an NBA fan at all, or do you like the Heat and some of their players?
Yeah, I mean I keep up with basketball, but I'm more of an NFL guy.
Hey, listen, two-a-days. It's a tough week. How are you guys making it through this week, mentally and physically?
We're just coming in, taking it one day at a time, taking care of our bodies when we're out of practice, and just building brick by brick every day.
Talking about your learning experience being out there playing receiver, how that's coming for you, how you handling that.
Again, I'm just trying to take it one day at a time. I've never played receiver until this spring, but I feel like I'm getting better every day at it.
One more question. Coach talks about consistency, effort, finishing all the time. You hear it all the time out there in practice. You think it's starting to settle in with you guys?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we still have our moments where we anticipate the whistle a little bit, but we're breaking those bad habits.
You gotten used to, I guess, the spring and the first couple days of fall, getting used to coach on the microphone and hearing people called out. Does it make you a little bit, on your toes so you're not the one getting blasted over the speakers?
Yeah, I mean, we found out real early that there's cameras all over the place with Coach, and he don't miss anything, so you definitely try to send your A game all practice long.
Do you ever sit there and chuckle when he says something funny?
Nah, I'm too busy trying to control my breathing out there.
Devrin, the slot position, is it kind of a hybrid spot? Because I know yesterday we saw you have a nice touchdown run on an undercover reverse. Is that more of a trick play, or is that kind of a common play to see you get the ball like with a handoff?
Coach has a bunch of stuff up his sleeve when it comes to getting slots the ball. At the end of the day, you just got to respond when the numbers call.
And what's been the trickiest thing? Route running, picking up the checks from the quarterback. What's been the biggest adjustment for you moving over there?
I would definitely have to say route running. It's not as easy as it looks. You got to get through that defense. It's a lot of, it's a lot of traffic you got to fight through. So.
And how much do you guys have to do, how much potentially might change from when you leave the huddle to, before the ball snap based off what you see?
It's not, you just got to get the play, and, you just got to find your leverage with the defensive back and just go from there.
In what area do you feel like you maybe progressed most since this spring when you were first kind of getting used to the change?
I'd probably have to say my route running.
Yeah. Is it just, like you said, tough mentally, but I mean, is it physically, is it demanding also to kind of get that down and kind of learn the movements and everything?
Yeah, it's just something that you want to be smooth at, obviously you got to learn how to control your breathing, running all those routes, and it's just something that you just want to be finesse. Coach always talks about painting the image for the quarterback, and you don't want to be all sloppy because that makes his reads off. So,
Coach, we talked about the running involved in the position. Have you been surprised by kind of the demands involved with that? And obviously you were running back before doing a lot of the same things, but is it a little more than you thought?
You're talking about the running
just the running. We heard Coach Jones kind of talking about some of the receivers, how much running is involved with that position.
Oh, it's a ton of running. We're running all from beginning to end. So, at first, you're a little off and you're tired, but your body adapts to it. It's amazing what the body can adapt to.
What were your reaction seeing Eric Spoelstra at practice and getting to hear from him? I know, I guess Jason was saying that y'all knew it was coming, but what was the reaction just to see him out there?
Oh, it was awesome. Like I said earlier, I feel like it's an honor and a blessing to get to hear from the best. I really appreciate Coach Jones for doing that. He's doing all he can to just get us prepared and show us what it takes mentally and physically to win a championship.
Devrin, what's it like to have a head coach that can go to clinching NBA Finals games and kind of get a VIP treatment? What's that? I mean, it's got to be pretty cool for you guys, right?
Oh yeah, to me, I see it as bragging rights. I feel like my coach cooler than yours. So that's how I see it.
Where were you that they were friends and stuff? Did you talk much about that at all, Coach?
Yeah, and I feel like at first, guys kind of didn't believe it, but I mean, he put it in stone. I mean, the man's here, so you better believe, Coach.
Devrin, what's been the most impressive thing you've been able to see about Marquez? I know you guys are all trying to focus on your own.
About who?
Games. Marquez.
Marquez, he just his ability to come in here as a freshman and manhandle some of the older guys and catch deep passes, and just his maturity level, you could see that he was at a different point than most freshmen that come in here. So I'm really excited to see how he produces this year.
When you talk about his maturity level, what are some things that he's done that have made you kind of notice that and see that in him?
His attitude, you know, he gets yelled at. He doesn't get down on himself. You know, he can take correction from us, and he can take correction from the coaches. He picks up the playbook real fast, and you know, overall, I mean, he's just built like a junior. I feel like. So.
What's for you? How do you feel like you've performed this camp, and are you happy with what you've done about a couple of weeks?
I say I feel better about where I stand. You know, I'm not happy with where I'm at right now. You know, in this league, you can't ever really get content or too happy. So really, at the end of the day, I'm just working to keep building every day.
What are some of the things you're trying to improve on, and how much more comfortable now do you feel having some more time underneath you, at receiver?
I feel a lot more comfortable, but I'm still trying to work, you know, on my blocking, my catching, just overall route running, everything, you know. Until I feel like Coach Z says I'm a good player, then I got to keep building.
What have you seen from the freshman Josh Smith and Marquez North that's got them in the running for jobs?
You know, the two guys that come in ready to play every day. You know, Marquez has made plays early, and Josh is just, you know, Josh is a real good wide receiver. He runs crisp routes, and he's hard to cover, and he catches the ball often. So, you know, they're both showing signs of playmaker ability real early in their careers, and I feel like they're just going to get better as time goes.
What about Ryan Harris and Ryan Jenkins and Paul Harris?
Ryan Jenkins is playing really well. You know, he's somebody that stays in the film room. You know, he wants to be coached. He wants to get better. And the same with Paul Harris. Paul Harris stays up under Coach Z. He stays watching film, and they're two guys that I feel like you'll hear a lot about in the future.
Dev, what about Coach Z? You know, how hard does he push you? You talk about the technical, the details, but how microscopic does he break it down? When you're talking about, you know, steps, how to turn your hips, how to, you know, those kind of little things.
Coach Z is hands down one of the hardest working coaches in anywhere. You know, he gives you every opportunity to get better. He gives you every piece of information you need to get better, and there's no excuse to stay stagnant as a player with him. You know, by far he's one of the best coaches I've ever had. You know, I'm blessed to have Coach Z here, and you know, sky's the limit with him.
I understand technically he's a little different from other receiver coaches. What does he